Good evening, everybody. Welcome to LatinXplosion. Thank you so much for joining us all again this week. You'll have to let me know if my audio is working properly because I keep on messing that up, but I'm very excited for the game that we have today. If you've been tuning in for the past couple of sessions, you already know what's going on, but we're still going to do like a little kind of summary recap of what's been happening in sort of the style of the introductions of comic books, because they always do that. But let's go ahead and first just say hi from all of our wonderful, lovely players. Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm going to be the GM, and I use he, him pronouns. We had a really uncanny moment there for a second, Axel, where both of us took a sip in like almost the same direction glass and everything. Uh, so apparently you're like, yeah, you're in my mind controlling me. So that will make the session a little bit weirder, having one of the players controlling the GM. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so got to roll up my sleeves because sometimes I give characters character quirks that are just my character quirks. Last time on LatinXplosion, our team had been battling against the Rundown Crew, a group of rowdy folks that like destroying stuff. And it turned out that was just a distraction in order to stop in order to allow a bank robbery to go on without any superhero interference. And our team stepped up and took care of it, and that was amazing. They captured the person who was trying to get off with a whole bunch of diamonds, who is the Queen of Diamond Trick Taker, who is a very nefarious, very Silver Age villain. And then from there, almost got arrested and did some mind wiping and some technology wiping, and then got what looked like it was going to be a stern talking to that ended up being kind of like a, well done, from Isabella's parole officer / mentor sponsor. Yes, sponsor is probably the best way to go on that one. Bastion, who is one of the who was one of the big heroes of the city and now kind of isn't anymore. They've hung up the cape. Yes, Frankie will be joining us later, which means that's because, let's go ahead and say Rosa is in one of the La Rosa comics this week, and so they're going to be coming in halfway through an event. We'll come up with some sort of improbable thing that she can introduce or that Rosa can introduce to the world of LatinXplosion as well at the same time. And now I'm going to take a drink of water because I'm like talking too fast and getting out of control. All right. So the first thing I want to do with this session is just kind of go, hey, does anybody have any business that if we don't get to that business, they're going to be upset they didn't get a chance to get to that business? And then I'm going to throw us into wild and crazy times. Cool. Yeah. Mostly I like to give that opportunity in case anyone was like, oh, it's really important that like I would 100% immediately be talking with Selena and like making sure that she and I had a heart to heart right the heck now, right? But if there is not, then we can jump into full on comic mode. All right. We start if I can speak. I still have a little bit of con crud after Dreamation, so my throat is a little funky. So if I start sounding like an older man, it could just be that I'm from the Bronze Age and being gritty. We start with a panel that is just we start with a panel showing the team together, hanging out, in a casual, comfortable setting. Where is the? I know went to we went to Rosa's parents' store as a hangout. Is there anywhere that you would all hang out in like a costumed setting? Oh, true. Mm-hmm. So where are we gonna be? Mildly swanky. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing we've got a comment from the chat that our volume is maybe coming in a little low. Oh geez, I see what the issue is. Oh my god. I
Good
should
thing we
never
just
be allowed to
started.
do these. Did I? I think I just fixed it.
Please let us know. Thank
Oh
you.
my god.
Hello?
Thank you,
Thank you, audience.
Claire. I think that we're alive again.
Thanks,
Uh,
Claire.
I'm the worst. So, hopefully. Oh my god, I can't believe that I did that. I
It's
think I
okay.
was there twice, and none of you were there except for through my headphones to the mic.
That's lovely.
Yeah, so I shouldn't be allowed to run streams. I'm bad at it.
It's okay.
Oh god.
I vote for Isabella's place mainly because yeah, if we're in costume, don't want to get tacky.
Are you
Oh
sure?
Comes all
jeez,
over it.
yeah.
Audran wears white too.
Okay.
Not that he can see green or red. He has no idea.
Important question to ask all of the characters. How many of you have picked up the habit of the characters, not the actors, using chopsticks a la Oscar Isaac to
Oh,
eat
yeah.
Takis?
Yeah, because you're putting lime juice on them. We're not heathens in this house. Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I use like fingerless gloves, right? So like I don't give a shit.
And Selena, how do you take your Takis?
She doesn't
She doesn't. Cool, cool, cool.
doesn't take talkies.
These are the important pieces of information that really like build out and flesh out characters.
Yeah,
we all
Takis.
remember the Death of Superman comic where it's revealed that Superman just pours Takis into his open gaping maw.
That was the alternative cover.
Yeah. So, Isabella, why don't you tell us a little bit about your apartment?
So she bought it back when she was still a villain, right? So like it's very nice because she had money back then. Because crime sometimes does pay. I think it's like in what would be described as like a nicer part of town in terms of like rich people, I guess. Like richer people live here.
Yeah.
Um it's like a penthouse apartment sort of deal.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, it's the reason she still has this is because due to like a deal she made with the heroes and stuff like that. As long as she's like continuing to be a hero and going to school, and Bastion says she can, she still has like some of the stuff she got from being a villain.
Nice. Nice. All right. Sorry,
yeah.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, I think it's like kind of minimalistic decorated, like almost sort of like brutal. Like
Cool.
there's very little in terms of like decoration or things like that. There's a few like there's like a TV and a couch and like but it's all very like nice. Cute dog.
He just has to pop up. He gets so curious when he starts hearing the voices come through. Great. So we've got this panel that like just shows this this well put together but brutalist and minimalist apartment. And where are the three of you? Like, let's paint this panel a little bit.
Aldrian is splayed on the couch.
Nice.
I think Isabella is like in like a back room, which is dubbed like her danger room sort of deal, because like this place definitely has like a training room and stuff too, right? Like a personal training room and stuff. This
Cool.
is like her staging area, I guess, and I think it's
Yeah.
what we tend to use as like all of our stuff. So she's like trying to figure out what that gang wanted aside from just money, because typically
Yeah.
it feels like what's her name, Trick Taker,
Yeah,
she usually has a plan beyond just money.
definitely. So what are you? Oh, I'm sorry. Let's get where Selena is first.
She's kind of like pacing, like either making circles around the sofa or like pacing back and forth towards where Isabella is. Even though she's comfortable here, she has a bit of a paranoia about being in other people's places.
Mm.
So she likes to make sure she's able to like escape easily.
Okay, cool,
Who's
fantastic.
the next supervillain there? Say no.
There's
I don't blame you.
Probably a couple escape rooms out also. You know, got to be sure you can bust out if you need to. So Isabella, you said that you were trying to gather some information about, right? You were saying that you wanted to figure out what was going on
Yeah.
with Trick Taker, right? How are
Yeah.
you doing that?
I think she has like so this is like I feel like we're kind of jumping in the middle of a series here. So like
Yeah.
I feel like we have solved past stuff. Like this isn't the first thing we fought
Definitely.
against them. So like there's like a spider web wall between like, okay, so last week was that. Last
Nice.
week was like them kidnapping the governor or whatever. And this week's the bank. And so it's like assessing the spider web, being like, so what's next?
Yeah, yeah. And so now you tell me. I'm really excited about where this is going. I love a good string and murder wall. Who is the one who kidnapped the governor? Was that another of like the card-based villains or someone unrelated?
No, I think it's someone I actually know.
Cool.
I think it's let me assess. Ooh, I think it was actually Tagon Queen, the villain that like mentored and raised me.
Cool. And did you like catch? Did you catch her?
No, just
She got away.
rescued.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Just wanted to make sure that I had those pieces in place because that's awesome to have the backstory for.
Yeah.
So you've definitely got this whole board ahead of you, and there's all of the different pieces connecting, and I think then is when you're gonna get a phone call.
Sure.
Now, only adults call people, right? Like,
It's true.
so it's got to be an adult. You know that. Do you have like cool tech that lets you know even through blocked numbers?
No, I have like so there's a thing. I have 3 phones.
Yeah.
One is specifically like it's Bastion's, the one he gave me.
Okay.
It's like if I call this, you better answer regardless of what's happening because it's a
This is
check-in.
so Paris Hilton. I love it.
The other is normal people phone.
Yeah.
That's the one that has like the team on it, and then there's ex-villain phone. That's all my villain contacts. It's like a burner phone.
Nice. Okay. So here's what's gonna happen. The Bastion phone starts ringing first.
Okay, I'll answer that quickly.
And so we get a panel that shows Bastion. There's the panel's like kind of a tight one that just shows his face like really close up, and he just goes, "Listen, I just need to know one thing right now before anything else happens. Are you in space?"
Check, like you see like there's a panel for like looking down, like no, gravity's still good.
You're sure you're not lying to me? You're not in space?
Nope. I take a picture of me and like with like in front of a clock or something in my apartment.
Hold on, my phone's ringing. And there's some fiddling and fumbling. And like we get a panel that shows Bastion. And Bastion is in space. He's up in like it's like a small space pod, and he's crammed up against this just like enormous 6-armed mutant that's like piloting the ship. And you can see that there's like this huge wide sprawl of all of these other spaceships going around. And like the other, like the mutants trying to help him out with it, and they're having like adult hijinks. Not adult hijinks. Hijinks related to the fact that they are adults. And then your other phone starts ringing.
Cool.
The villain phone.
Answering villain phone. That
Oh.
one would have like contacts if possible. But
Yeah, that you probably would have contacts. Tell me one of the villains that you are connected to.
Tygon Queen
Yeah.
is one of them. She so I have 3 contacts. They each
Yeah.
provide different things. I have
Cool.
Tygon Queen, who provides alien tech.
Okay.
She's the one that like raised me.
There's a possible
Love-
issues in space right now.
Lovelace, who
Okay.
provides insider info, and Armor, who provides weapons.
Nice. So, who should it be? I think it's gonna be Lovelace.
Sure.
Lovelace's pronouns?
They them.
They them. Okay, so they're calling, and do you answer? I assume, or not?
Yes.
Could be you turn down this call.
No, I answer. I'm like, yeah. What?
Listen, I need your help for a quick thing. It's nothing that you should be worried about. It's nothing that you should be concerned about. It'll be done this evening.
Let's see. There's stuff I have.
Oh, there's stuff you have. Am I not allowed to do that? I might not be allowed to do
No, no. There's like a specific mechanic for this.
that. Okay.
So when you come to them with your so when you create your character, mark 2 obligations on one villain, mark 1 obligation on another.
Okay.
Mark obligations on the when you come to them for help, mark obligation on them. They'll help one within their specialty. If all boxes are full, then they won't help you until you help them. Cool. Yeah, I have 2 obligations with Lovelace. So
Oh,
I've
perfect.
Lovelace has provided insider information before. I feel like this is them calling on past favors.
So maybe there's even a you owe me.
What do you need? I'm a little busy.
Listen, it's no big deal at all. Do you have did those stuffy hero types give you a car, or do you still have a car? Do you still have that tank?
Not the tank, no, sadly. I do have a car, yeah.
Tank would be great. How many does it seat?
5, 6 if you really sit on someone's lap.
She fits 7. Okay. So, the Santa Calma North Street prison. We're gonna have a break soon there, and I don't want you to get involved. I don't want you to help. I just want you there with your van, and I don't know, maybe a couple of beers. Forget the beers. You can't buy beers yet. Oh my god. Working with children is such a stress.
Look, I was about to say I could fucking steal a beer, but also like
Don't steal a beer. That's ridiculous. You're gonna ruin your parole. Just do this favor for me, and it's no big deal. You're just driving.
Oh yeah, that's always worked. How many times have people gotten sent to prison due to just being the driver? I'm just the driver. I'm just the lookout. It's fine.
You're a juvenile. It's no big deal. And at that point, we get Bastion's voice coming from the other phone, like, Isabella,
Yeah.
you sent me a picture. It's not loading.
Look, I'm
I'm
at my
in
apartment.
space.
What? Do you need me to be in space? Is that what you're telling me?
Don't be in space. I'm just letting you know if there's any trouble. There's a lot of us in space right now. You're kind of, you kids are gonna kind of be running things down there, okay? So, like, but we've still got our eyes, right? The eyes are still on, okay?
All right,
Listen,
then.
it's you'll be done so quickly. It'll be the work of an hour and a half.
Adrian's just like watching this like 2 cell phone shuffle and is like,
All right, so I'm gonna close the one. Be like, because Bastion's like done the thing they want to do. I'm sure they're like,
Yeah.
be safe, blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, yeah, you
Be
too.
safe, I'm proud of you.
Space.
"You're not
Exactly.
my real dad."
And I'm like, oh, okay. Who are you breaking out?
So, do you really want to know that, or do you want to
Yeah,
have
I
deniability?
kind of do actually.
Okay, don't take it personally, but we are going to be breaking out Trick Taker and a couple of others. I know.
Yeah, we'll be there. Hang up.
And it shows them looking at the phone and just like leaning back, and they're in like a smoky villain lair, and gives a little shrug and says, "I told you, Isabella." Oh, would they know Isabella or Siphon?
Siphon.
I told...
Probably Isabella too, but I don't know which they'd call me.
Oh, I want to. Can I use a nickname? Can I say
Sure.
Bella?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
I think we dated at one point.
Oh, awesome! I told you, Bella's good for it. And then we're back with our teen heroes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, so how much did y'all overhear?
Lana looks at Adrian and looks back and like, how much do you want us to have overheard?
I mean, I'm gonna tell you regardless. I just want to know how much I could skip.
Oh. Maybe this is a bad time. I like tapped one of your phones like a week ago.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I tapped yours too.
Yeah. Figured. I don't
Um,
call anyone. I don't have any friends, so I'm not terribly worried about it.
Yeah, no, just
I
awful
don't
stuff.
have to tap.
Uh,
I can kind of just listen in.
Anyway,
Not that I know
there-
how to tap,
The
but
only person who doesn't know every secret on this team is Rosa.
Okay, so I sort of have a plan. Lovelace is breaking out Trick Taker and several others, and by several others, I don't know who that is. They're planning something though, because these people don't usually work together like this, right? This is abnormal for them, and I don't trust it. I think if I help them do this, I might be able to set them up. Maybe we could just put them right back. Figure out what they're
I'm a little
actually
worried
planning.
about Trick Taker. I was in their mind, and I don't think they're gonna follow your villain friend to the
I
team.
mean, they don't need to follow. They're breaking out. They're working together. It's not about following. I don't know who's calling the shots, though.
Well,
I'm assuming it's Tagon, but I can't be sure about that.
let's see here.
But here's the thing: I can't show up with y'all in the car, or that would be
Obviously.
very bad. However, y'all can wait in the wings. I can let her in my mind, and be able to talk to y'all through Selena, and when it needs to go down, call in the cavalry. Right.
Should we let Tala know, or
Tala.
Rosa?
Sorry, I my brain.
I get it. No worries.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. I'm a little. So this does not work if the entire caped, masked, like luchador team shows up, right? Like this does not work.
That is
Don't-
true. We don't want her cannonballing into this.
That's okay. There's like only two other ones I think that like do things, and one of them's evil, so we don't even have to worry about that. And then the other one's like Batman, so like
Is the evil
Who
one in
knows?
jail? Are we breaking out one of her cousins?
that'd
I
be
don't
really
know.
awkward.
They just said Trick Taker and a few others. My plan is to figure that out while I'm there. So all I need to know is if y'all are in. We can tell Tala just to stick with y'all in case we have a tip off. Something might happen, right?
Huh.
We don't need to bring Tala in on everything yet, because I don't think this is something her family code would allow.
That's fine.
So that's.
I trust you.
And besides, if I don't think I could. I don't think I can go talking about this with Tala with what I did to their family. So
We'll take care. We'll take care of Tala. Don't worry. If we need her help in the end,
You all have impeccable timing.
Yeah.
Because I just got the message that Frankie is ready to join us. So I'm going to be sticking up the background screen because we have to move a couple of cameras around. But we will be back in probably definitely less than 5 minutes with everything put together. All right. So I'm just going to pause our audio and hop over to bring Frankie on. And Pippin's going to bark.
And
having sound, and we're back with me having sound, and everybody's got sound, and we're back, and I'm excited.
Yay!
All right, crew. So, that little break is brought to you by OBS is not good at resizing windows. But we are here again. So just to welcome Frankie in, do you mind just introducing yourself and saying your pronouns and tell us who you're going to be playing?
Hi, I'm Frankie, also known as Fabian, and I am playing Maria Socorro Mirtala Marquez Flores, also known as Tala, also known as La Rosa.
And I think, and I'm sorry, what pronouns do you use?
I use she and her and they and them.
Fantastic. I just want to be sure that the chat knows how to refer to all of us, because that's important.
Excellent.
And we join La Rosa as she is in a little miniature escape pod, hurtling down towards the earth.
Okay.
The last thing in the panel above her is Isabella saying something on the lines of like, maybe we shouldn't tell Tala. And then there's just flames and rushing atmosphere as you hurtle down towards Earth after being kicked out of a big superhero fight that was happening in space. So how are you doing?
A little bummed out, probably,
Okay.
because I was in the big superhero fight happening in space, and now I'm not.
Yeah, so as you're hurtling down, you, like, initially, you probably don't have space coverage on your phone, would be my guess.
Yeah.
We've already
That's an
established-
extra like $20 a month.
It's so much. It's a
Who
little...
has
Those roaming charges, man. Fuck.
Oh boy. We've established already that Bastion does. But as you come back into the Earth's atmosphere and hurtle towards Santa Calma, eventually your wireless will come back up.
Okay.
And Adrienne, I don't know if it was right before or right after we cut to break. I know during break we had an enormous discussion about limes, but
Yeah.
before that, you were saying that Adrienne had probably already sent a message to Rosa.
Oh yeah, it's like a message and it's got like 28 emojis on it. It's like the ugliest thing you've ever seen. And he's like, ready to do some crime?
Wait, question. Is it one message with 28 emojis, or is it the message, like everyone emojis a new message?
No. That's like way too much effort, even for him. No,
Fair.
he cannot be bothered. It's like 20 emojis and then like, let's do some crime, and then 8 emojis.
It's got like a running person for like
Yeah, and then it
let's,
says JK, but call me.
a knife, a bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dollar signs.
Oh, so many dollars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of dollar signs.
Perfect.
Great. She sends back an O face.
Fantastic.
And I guess she calls once she has the signal.
Once you're like on the ground.
I think you'll still be hurtling through
can call
space.
for-
That feels
for
good.
freeballing.
He's got a little time before those G-forces really hit.
I also just really
Yeah.
love the idea of like I'm picturing like a really small escape pod, like
Yeah.
kind of like arms here, almost against the
And
walls.
she's big.
Yeah, she's got some
Yeah.
like strength to it, so like kind of like a little bit of like an awkward.
Hello.
She's doing crunches the whole way there,
Perfect.
I love her.
trying to burn that frustration. Because I'm checking my roll 20.
Mhm.
But I believe I'm still angry.
At the end of every scene, you should see if you've hit the clear condition for that.
Yes,
which you-
that's true. Which for angry, it's destroy something important, destroy something or hurt someone important. Which I
I
think
don't
you.
know if I have.
I think you
How
probably
long has
haven't.
it been?
You broke a shit ton of stuff during that fight, but I don't remember.
Nothing important. At least
Yeah, nothing
nothing that Tala would consider important.
Question. I mean, are we considering what you did to those cameras and stuff, breaking them? Because that would.
Are they important?
I mean, that was an important thing to do. Yeah.
It kind of showed off you being a superhero in a lot of ways, like that.
Okay.
You know what? I'll accept
I'll
it. I'll
clear
accept
it.
it. Yeah, go ahead and clear it.
I'll clear it.
But
Then she's not angry exercising. She's just exercising.
right, of course.
Frustrating exercising.
And so we now have Rosa coming down and Adrian's flow. So right after Isabella, you had said not to let Tala know.
I was debating. It was like, should we?
Yeah,
He-
kind of
he
going
was,
back and
like,
forth.
Not listening.
Adrian's phone lights up with a picture of Rosa.
What's the picture?
Yeah, what's
in
the
your
picture?
phone?
Oh, it's probably something like really dumb.
Okay, I have an idea. Is it a picture of Rosa bench pressing Adrian?
Oh yeah, and he's like shotgunning a beer while doing it.
Oh my god.
It's like really, it's like the most like college thing you've ever seen for a couple of high schoolers.
Mhm.
It's the same picture she has of Adrian.
Yeah, it's
In her phone, you can only see her hands and then Adrian.
it's very good. The full image was like too beautiful for him to crop. He was like,
Yeah.
I can't handle this. Like it's the full visual comedy that makes it special.
Yeah.
And he's like, well,
So Isabella, you definitely saw that popping up on the screen as well. So
Yeah.
that ship has sailed. But I know you were also setting up a move.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with doing that with when Tala is here talking.
Okay, cool.
too. Because like I think it
It works
yeah,
better.
I think yeah.
Cool. So let's go ahead and say that some explanations later, we have a scene that shows like an area outside of the Santa Calma prison. It's nearby. You're kind of like near a warehouse that's near the prison, and there is the destroyed remains of the escape pod and the crew gathered. So, Frankie, you have no idea what's going on at this point, so I'm going to explain a little bit. Or unless you'd like to just do it in character. Either way is fine by me.
Yeah, do it in character.
I have an
Why
in
not?
character explanation.
Then I will sit back.
Tala. So I need you to just go along with something real quick. Okay?
Okay,
I
we're
gotta
shooting?
wait, say again. Sorry, your mic is doing
Oh,
weird
sorry.
sounds.
Hi, can everyone hear me well?
You're getting some robotiness.
Give me 1 second.
Absolutely.
Let me just double check something.
Sure. If you'd like, we can also put it into break mode if you need a second.
No, hi, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's much better.
Yes, much better.
I was acting weird. You got hit sometimes. Yeah, she's like, oh, sorry, I forgot I'm talking to civilians. Is this for real, or what are we doing here?
So I got a call from old God, I don't want to call him a friend, but look, I got a call from Lovelace, and they need my help with something, and I think I can use that as an opportunity to bust a lot of people for shit we can't get them on at the moment. Maybe get a lot of information, but it's going to require me to act like the old me, and I'm going to need y'all to not bust in immediately. And you're probably going to hear a lot of shit that you probably don't want to hear from me.
But you're just acting, right?
Yes, but
You're working. This is not real. You're not shooting. You're pretending to be who you were before.
yes, but
This
Lovelace.
is not an excuse for you to be that again. This is,
I
Oh my god. Okay, so I think two moves just happened. First off, I think Rosa is maybe piercing Isabella's mask.
Yeah.
And I think
Okay.
Rosa might also be shifting Isabella's labels. Does Rosa have influence over you?
I mean, yeah, everyone does.
Yeah.
Okay. So, my interpretation of that, and let me know if I'm wrong, that
Okay.
sounds like potentially raising danger. Like, hey, are you sure you're not becoming a villain?
Mm.
And maybe, I'm not sure what lowering, maybe lowering savior?
I mean, it sounds a little bit like lowering either mundane or freak.
I
Freak,
could see, I could see mundane or freak also.
Yeah, I don't know if danger, because she's honestly like asking, "Are you sure this is good?"
Yeah.
She's being earnest. I don't know if raising
you could
danger-
just be piercing my ass and being like, that could just be piercing my
Yeah,
mask if you don't have like a
do
specific
pierce
label
my mic
shift.
first, and then see what happens.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, and I have a response too.
Hey!
You roll that. Mm.
Good thing that I'm not angry anymore, because that would have been a -2. So now it's just 1. Smash.
Yeah, ask Yo questions, girl.
Could I get the questions? Oh, GM.
Absolutely. What are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? Which is kind of shorter term than what are you really planning? How could I get your character to blank? And how could I gain influence over you?
Okay, and I get 2, right?
You get. Did you roll a 7 to 9 or a 10?
10.
10.
Oh, then you get 3.
Okay, so
Life's good.
what are you really planning? First one.
Exactly what she said. She wants to. She's going to pretend to be who she was, and then try to set something up. But also, this is weird for her.
Yeah.
There's a lot of complicated feelings. So,
what-
that's what she intends to do right now.
Okay, what was the second one? I remember liking the second one.
The second one is, what do you want me to do?
Okay, yeah. What do you want me to do?
Go along with it and not hate me for what I'm gonna have to say.
What's the last one?
The last one was, how could I gain influence over you? How could I
Oh,
get
the
your
one before that.
How could I get your character to blank? Where you fill in the blank. And then there's
How
also.
can I get your character ready for this, or emotionally prepared for this, or
Let her vent for a second, then don't hate her afterwards. Like, yeah.
I think she looks at you and she smiles and she grabs from her side and puts on the mask and puts her hand like slowly on your shoulder, slowly enough that you could push it away if you wanted to.
Sure.
Let's do it. Let's be villains.
Y'all don't have to be villains. Y'all just have to sit in the wings for a second.
We're spiritually villains.
Yeah.
Villains in spirit. Just y'all
Behave
are probably
in
going to be
crime.
able to listen in on the conversation due to Selena. So I just want you to know, Lovelace and I were the ones that beat up your cousin. Bad.
Cousin or uncle?
Uncle. I think it's the hero one. So I don't remember.
Okay, yeah. Uncle. Cousin would have been the 12-year-old cousin, and maybe I think would have been the
Uncle.
Okay.
And Lovelace is still pretty proud of that, and I might have to pretend to be.
I know your heart's in the right place. You have my trust.
So that's this is my triggering dark past, by the way.
Cool. What happens then?
So when you confess a serious crime you committed as a villain while in the presence of someone involved, I mean, I get you are involved, right? Like, does that count?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shift danger up.
I could go and tell people, like...
Yeah. Shift danger up and any other label down. I'm going to shift... I don't want to shift mundane down. I think superior is probably, even if I'm like asking y'all to trust me. So danger up, superior down. Actually, let's do freak down.
Cool.
Say what you did and choose one. No one was hurt badly by the crime. Not true. You aren't in legal danger from the crime. You aren't being actively pursued or for extra legal retribution. I mean, I think I'm still technically in legal danger because that's one of the things still on my record for me being done and like why I'm still like in this parole situation.
Yeah.
But I don't think like anyone's seeking justice after me.
Rosa Azul's not gonna come beat your ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Sounds good. Does anyone want to do anything else before we jump into prison scenario?
I went to double check a move in my playbook, and I'm scrolling to the PDF furiously.
So I think since Selena's going to be like the human walkie-talkie, basically, she's going to prop herself up like on a tree branch that's like outside of the prison,
Yeah.
and like basically tell Adrian like, hey, make sure I don't fall off because I'll probably be unconscious for most of this and just be speaking like as if I'm sleep talking.
Okay.
Okay. I
Cool.
double checked. My move doesn't trigger right now, so.
Okay.
So,
All
yeah.
right. So we've got Selena and Adrian up in a tree, looking out over. Isabella's gonna be going down with the car, because it sounds like you're muted, or I'm having trouble on mine.
Oh, it was me.
There you go.
I think they're like in their old villain costume too.
Nice. What's that look like?
I mean, I think it's still like the coat is still there. I think her like hair's slicked back in like sort of thing. She has like these special gloves that she has that have like claws on them, so she can like dig into people and keep her hands on them without them being able to get away and
Nice.
drain them.
Nice.
And there's a lot more like I don't know how she just looks a little like more lethal, right?
Okay.
Like everything about her is a little sleeker, a little like edgy, or not
Yeah.
edgy as in like dark and edgelord, but
No,
just like
edges, like sharper
Yeah.
edges. Yeah.
yeah.
Like Annie Lennox in the Sweet Dreams music video.
I don't know that off the top of my head, so
I get you.
But yeah, sounds perfect. All right, so I think you bring the is it a car? Is it a van?
I mean, I pictured it like a car, but
Cool.
not a van.
Yeah. Bring the car down. There's a couple of other cars that are already also down there. With like really tinted windows and very much like people keeping a low profile. And Lovelace is gonna like walk right up to your car to knock on the window.
I roll it down.
Bella.
Lace. No,
What?
she calls. No, it's love. Love.
What does love look like?
So
I want you to
how
show me.
how I picture them is like long blonde hair, longish, like shoulder length,
Mhm.
bright blue eyes, pale. I picture them in almost vaguely bondage gear sort of stuff.
Iconic.
Like very tight corset, really high, like laced up thigh highs, like collar sort of deal, like pierced ears, pierced eyebrow. Yeah.
Awesome. So they are just kind of like leaning on the window, just kind of looking at you for a moment, and then just like just open up the door and go, mind if I come in?
Not the first time you've been in this car.
They climb over you to get over to the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And just like sprawl, lounging, and like just very, very much at home in this. And say, so, like, of course, like, heels up on the car steering wheel.
Yeah.
For maximum distractibility. And say, so here's how things are going to be going down. Trick Taker's all set up, and she'll be starting things off. We're picking up a couple extra cards, and we are thinking of pulling one of those roses, one of the roses. You done predicted me. You done predicted me, Diana. Maria, which is the Rosa that is a criminal?
El Espinazo, and he used to go by Rosa Verde.
Okay. Oh wait, and it isn't known, so I shouldn't say.
It's not super known, but maybe it's known in some of the bit. It's not known to the public.
Cool.
Yeah, like I think I know.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, you've got an intersection of knowledge that you should, and given that
Yeah.
they intend to break them out, it makes sense. And so, like, that's actually kind of a nice thing if you think about it, knowing who you've been hanging around with lately.
So I'd like to read Lovelace.
Okay, go ahead and roll plus mundane.
I'm not great
Right,
at
Monday.
this.
Also, I know
Yeah,
about
Ooh.
Espinazo.
Do we have
because
team
that
in the
was
pool?
rumor I saw.
Do we have team in the pool?
We have one team in the pool.
I will spend that team selfishly.
Cool.
If I'm trying to, because like this is all my plan. This is me in a single situation. I'm wanting this not just to like know what their plans are, but because I still care about Lovelace, and I want to. This is for me, not anyone else.
All right.
So yeah, I'd like to spend that team selfishly.
Cool.
To make that a 7. Where is Pierce the Mask? On a 7-9, ask 1. Let's see. What are they really planning?
So they are. This is partially them like taking back some people that have been captured, right? Like that's
Sure.
always a goal. They got to have that revolving door. Otherwise, being a supervillain doesn't really work. More importantly, they basically have two things that are coming to bear. One is that they're hoping to put the cards in a better situation to essentially like wipe out one of the crime families in order to take over like a big part of a neighborhood.
Sure.
And that will that will give them a whole bunch of money, and they can use that money to do X, Y, and Z, and they've got like a whole plan to make that happen, right? Which is basically
Sure.
prison break, then lots of murder.
Sure.
Lovelace is involved in this for two reasons. One, it's going to lead to a whole bunch of money flying around, and Lovelace is going to get a whole bunch of that money. The second reason is they've been looking for something that is like kind of might be anti-hero enough to kind of draw Isabella back into the life. Like,
Sure.
oh, we're breaking these people out of prison, and prisons are like, are horrible, corrupt institutions. And hey,
Yeah.
that's not such a bad thing. Oh, and we're helping out your friend by bringing out their family member. And all this is going to lead to is the death of a whole bunch of really bad people. So don't
Yeah.
even worry about it. And think of how like glamorous we can be filling our pockets with all of the money that falls out of it. It's like a piñata filled with money and dead criminals, and like that sounds like exactly what a hero would want to find.
This is,
Sure.
I ghost wrote that.
yeah, this is puppeting around.
Oh, god damn it. Okay.
So yeah, this is partially a prison break, partially a like seduction attempt.
Sure.
But
Booty
like
call.
villainy seduction.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all right, love, I'm here.
And they go ahead and like, put a hand on your shoulder and give it a little squeeze. And then we get an interstitial scene inside.
Question: is the panel framed the same way as La Rosa's hand on Isabella's shoulder? Is just like the same panel, but just two different hands?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's set up on the page so that you get like one on each side. It's good. And then we get inside, and Trick Taker just kind of like is sitting in prison garb, and she rolls up one of her pant legs and has this like, it looks like a tattoo, but she then like takes it and peels it off, and it's a card. It's kind of like a longer card that she folds out into like 5 cards on the table. I know rules of games. And she gives it a couple taps and goes like, all right, let's pull from the river, and drags a card, puts it up on the wall, and just like the wall just splits open.
That's sexy.
It's pretty sexy. She grabs the cards, slaps them back onto her leg, and just starts like walking through, and like in moments everything is chaos because of course she's a supervillain. So like she gets a hold of one of the guards' guns, and it is just supervillain breakout time. The alarms are going off like crazy. Like even outside, you can see there's like flashing lights and people like rushing to get into position to take care of this. There's some huge bruiser that she gets out near the very beginning, and things are just being torn up. So, I want to talk real quick with Rosa, Flyby, and Curanderia.
Yep.
The three of you are outside watching this. You saw when Siphon went down to go have her little meeting. And, like, things are already starting to look, like, a little bad. There's, like, a 14-foot tall behemoth that's just ripped through one of the walls and is just, like, roaring into the sky, and guards are coming up and being slapped out of the way. What do you do?
Oh God, I really want to go in there.
I think La Rosa kind of like holds Adrian back and just give her one more second. If we see anyone be in truly mortal danger, then we'll jump in. But we need to hold on. We need to trust her.
How very quickly? I just have a question for Selena.
Mhm.
Did we settle on a thing I say for when y'all are to go in?
We probably did ahead of time.
Cool.
And you guys know that like there is a delay because Selena has to edit the memory of like, well, yeah, we had this conversation. So it's kind of like, yeah, like old school like satellite dishes. There's like a 5-10 second delay.
I love when
Sure.
players are like, this seems a little too simple. Let's make it worse.
Yeah. Because otherwise, what's the fun of it
Mhm.
being easy?
So here's the question:
Mhm.
if they go in and like start fucking stuff up, I'm really curious what Lace will do if I will be asked to like sit here or fight them or something. Yeah.
I think though I do think we can see both Lovelace and Siphon, right? Like from
In the
our
car.
vantage.
Yeah, you can see in the car, right?
Yeah.
From
So
a
I think
distance.
I think Selena would have like queried Siphon and be like, is everything still okay? Do we need to change anything?
Is everything still okay?
And the way it shows up in your memory is basically Selena in the back seat, like leaning forward in between you and Lovelace.
I like remember you being a part of this conversation when you never were.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Amazing.
I'm gonna have to talk to a therapist. I'd like to assess the situation.
Okay, go ahead and roll plus superior.
Fuck. Please tell me how everything goes poorly. I rolled amazingly last session, so this makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
Perfect. All right. So there is. What's the best way to do this? Okay, so we kind of have like just a big rampaging monster person out in the lawn that's like drawn a lot of attention. Like lots of shots being fired on them, and them being like, "It's nothing," rah! And just really like raging out. And then there's just a massive explosion on the wall of the prison that's closest to all of you. And I mean, not like all of you, meaning the villains here to pick up the team, as it were. Of course, Trick Taker's walking out in front, very, very proud of herself. She's having a good time. And there's a couple of the other.
Having a good time. Anyways.
There are a couple of other cards with her. We'll talk about them a little bit more if they come fully into play. the Jack of Clubs and the King of Spades are both there. One of them is the King of Spades is like this big, powerful, old school villain, kind of like think like a heavier Magneto, not in terms of like powers, but just like in terms of like the stance and stature and angry face. And the Jack of Clubs is kind of androgynous in like a very straight edge sort of way, with like really just ridiculously high cheekbones, and is this like very long lanky person beyond like regular long lanky, more in terms of like there's definitely like mutation involved in how like crystalline they are, not like they're made of crystals, but like almost pixelated. No, pixelated is not the right way. You get the idea.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. And they're just like strolling on out like, everything is good. Additionally, Rosa, I've got a question for you. Tell us a little bit about your Legacy's villain who's coming out right behind them.
So when he used to be Rosa Verde, he wore like the regular like lucha outfit, and he was kind of, they're all kind of like Batman-ish heroes or Batman family, but more lucha. But when he became a villain, he started wearing a big power suit, somewhere between like a Hulkbuster type thing, but with spikes all over. Las espinas all over that have like poison in them. So I don't know if they would bring him the suit or if he would be wearing like just prison clothes and just like ready to fight before he gets the suit. But that's how I picture him.
There definitely was a scene in one of the Rosa family comics that showed Espinas being held in the suit, because what are their pronouns again?
That's Espinosa, he, him.
Him, because he just like locked the suit into place, and so like in prison he was being held up at, like against a wall with like it all bolted in, like construction around him, because they couldn't get the thing open, and so now he's like walking in that big, huge, spiky power suit, dragging like chains that have like big blocks of concrete on the end of them.
The chains are all like a greenish purple, and they're just wet because they've been leaking the poison. So like all those chains are bad.
Yeah, that's bad news.
Hey,
all
right.
Wears as soon as she sees him. Like
all right, I have a plan. By the way, I think the code word is "I'm sorry," just so y'all know, because I'm going to say it in like the next sentence or two with Lovelace. Hey, love. I might actually have to read her again or them again.
Okay.
Ren?
Feel free to. Can you hear me?
Well, can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I can. It looks like your picture is frozen.
Shit.
Can you not hear us?
It's
Oh, you're back. You're moving.
My internet's doing a thing. Yeah, sorry.
Well, worst case scenario, we get devoured by tech goblins again, and we'll figure out our stuff.
So I think I'm gonna read them again.
Cool.
Hopefully, because I have a thing.
All right. Let's see.
And it's gonna go poorly, but 9. No, it didn't.
9. Nice.
So my question is, how could I get Lovelace, if it's possible, to join me?
So,
I think that's like almost like a question, like not like in the same way, but like I'm sort of asking around there because I see what's happening and I know we have to go soon. So I'm like,
so I think Lovelace hates going to prison.
Yeah.
And like obviously most people hate going to prison, but like Lovelace is really, really averse to it, right? you can't learn things, you can't make deals, you can't figure stuff out. People don't look as cute in prison. And it's just like, if they believe that there is a really legitimate threat, that this is all going to go south and they're going to get caught up in it, they don't want to get caught up. Because, like, they do a lot of, like, information brokering.
Yep.
They are here with the car as like a courtesy. So if you can really demonstrate to them not only that the superheroes have it under control, but that they're in significant danger right now, even if they just walk away. Like, they can't just walk away, they have to help also.
So my plan
Yeah.
is to be like, love, I'm sorry, which is the code word to like engage.
Yeah.
And be like, and I like take them by the chin, like, and like lean in real close, like I'm about to kiss them. I'm like, I'm sorry. And like I start draining them slightly, like, and they know what that feels like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna hold them there and be like, you can either help me because I'm sorry to do this to you, but I lied to you, or you can. This won't be the first time I've done this to you. So I can knock you out right now, and you could sit in this car until I can get some police officers to throw you back in that jail, or you can help me, and maybe we can talk about what we do after that.
Okay, so I'm gonna say something, and
Yeah.
no, you go ahead.
Well, I just want to say the moment the Selena says or gives us the memory of the I'm sorry, La Rosa puts send on the text she has this whole time. That's just basically all the context that she knows that are supers with, like, the
art and
GPS
space.
location, prison break, and like a picture of like the entrance.
We get a panel that shows Bastion looking down at his phone and going, shit. And then we get, and so I just want, so feel free to X card this, okay? Because this is like playing into a relationship thing that I don't want to push too far.
Sure.
But I think we get a panel that shows Lovelace just like for a minute, like having like the look of like,
I might be trying to provoke them too.
Yeah, I think you will be provoking them. I just want to give like a little bit of panel that they're showing, like there's a second of like oh, what's happening, and then like, oh, this familiar thing that I kind of like and is kind of like our thing, and then wait, what's happening? And go ahead and hit that provoke. Let's see what happens.
By the way, this is why I didn't knock down Superior.
Good to have it.
So Selena had stayed in the memory just like for a second longer than she was supposed to, because that's kind of her thing. So she saw the like leaning in, and that's when she decided, okay, well, we got to go. So, but she wanted to stay.
It's like you're rolling to express your love passionately. Oh, sorry.
But yeah, I'm like not even an inch away from their face. Just like,
I love it.
We don't have to be on the opposite sides. I'm not going to come over to you, but you can come here.
So what's that provoke look like? What's the what's the result?
I rolled a 10.
Oh, you rolled a 10. Jeez, yeah. I'm sorry, I missed the 10 and I was like, what's it gonna be? I hope it goes well. So Lovelace's eyes close for a second and they open back up, and there's just like a beat, and then I can't believe you double-crossed me. In
Old
this
habits
way,
die hard.
In this way of all ways, I'm gonna have to get like a fluffy pink outfit and like hang around with superheroes, and I hate that. And I'm getting you back for this. I want you to know that.
I think there's like at the like getting you back this. Oh God, I'm gonna have to do this. She leans in like real close to her ears, like never change the outfit, and then gets out the car.
And then like
That's right.
and then we get Lovelace like getting out of the car as well and taking out. What weapon does Lovelace have? I feel like
Oh, I
Lovelace
think
has a weapon.
fuck, how much do I lean into this?
Please.
So
I almost
think-
leaned before you did.
So
Whip.
I think whips what it was a little bit what I think, but I have so I think that like corset, by the way, like I think part of like the reason that's there is it hides some of, I think Lovelace has these like almost like laces sewn into their skin as like
Cool.
a part of them, and
Yeah.
they can extend them and like wrap around people, and they have like complete control over them.
Oh, cool. A puppet master. Cool.
Sorry, yeah.
A
Bondage.
bondage thing.
A bondage thing. Yeah. All right, cool.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
For introducing a cool character.
Never apologize.
All right, so the call has been made. Flyby, Curanderia, Rosa, you have the information. What are you doing with it?
Hey,
And now
Rosa.
he runs
This is
in.
really important. I need to say this. I need to say this right now.
Yeah.
Before we get in this fight, and I can't say this. Would you say
Okay.
that in your family every rose has its thorn, and he just points to her uncle?
I want
How
to
long were you holding
punch
that in,
you.
both character and player?
So long.
I also want to laugh, but I do want to punch you.
I know, and that's why we got to do this now. So you'll
Okay,
by the end of it.
I feel like
I
that's the
already-
typical reactions.
Yeah.
This girl's like, oh my god.
I have already sent the message, right? You got that? Okay. So I think I just grab Flower and I'm like, okay, you want me to throw you in, or are we doing this a different way than how we usually do it?
No, I think you should throw me in. I'm gonna.
Throw me in, coach.
We should probably get. Selena, what do you want to do before I get thrown in?
I want the panel to be like from behind Selena, and you just see like Rosa have like one knee up, and
She's like ready.
it has Flyby like from the back, and then from the back of the pants, like.
I feel like the only reason this works is because like Flyby like makes themselves really, really light too.
Also,
And-
he's like 5 foot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Super small.
Well, I was just saying because like not Frankie, Tala doesn't have like super strength.
Yeah. No, he
But
does make himself
he has
really light.
the same strength as like an Olympic, like
Yeah. So like, Flyby makes himself real light, and then you just
Yeah.
whoosh.
the
Yeah.
same weight of a javelin, just like.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right.
Yeah. Selena, what do you want to do? Because you're in a tree.
I have a suggestion. If you just wanna bottle them in, like close their exits with some constructs, that would be very helpful, and you don't have to punch anyone.
Yeah, that works. Because definitely was worried about the explosions and like crumbling material hitting people.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I'm also worried about Isabella meeting up with her family, because I do know about that.
You mean
Oh, sorry, not it's
my
Tala.
family's probably in space right now?
Yeah. Where are they?
Tala meeting up with her family. So I think Selena's gonna walk in, do like some constructs to like protect people, but keep an eye on La Esperanza.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, and in that case, I think Rosa's like, okay, we'll see you for burgers after. And she just gets ready to throw Flyby and
Yeah.
starts spinning and waiting until Adrian says go, or whatever bad thing we always say before I throw you.
What does Sonic say in the 90s cartoon?
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
No.
fast.
Juice it! He says juice
Juice
it!
it. Oh my god.
Let's
It's
juice
good.
it!
I'm having a 90s sense memory right now.
Um,
Everything
Or let's do it to it.
Oh my gosh.
it very much sounds like Flyby is directly engaging via being thrown in.
Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree. Who are you directly engaging? Because we've got a couple players in the field right now.
Let's see here. Who's the big card man?
The big card man, that's the King of Spades. I don't know if I have a name for him.
Well,
What do
we can
do
make
you
up
have a
for
cool
that
name
in
for him?
spades.
Hey! I mean,
Yeah,
King-
no, I'm gonna jettison myself at his head.
Perfect. King of Spades also works for
Yeah.
now. That's all right.
Yeah.
Although if anyone in the chat hits us with something, we'll toss it in.
What are his power set?
Big.
He big.
I
I
think,
small.
I think big and like a lot of invulnerability. He's been
Sure.
around like Forevsky's because he's basically immortal, like aging.
He's fucking Adam or like fucking not Adam Savage. Whatever the Adam Savage is a different person. Savage, the villain in DC
yeah,
comics.
yeah.
You can always go for the classics and just call him Royal Flush because that's like the one hand you can't beat and it's the biggest.
Yeah, that works for me. Yeah, he's the
I
royal
mean,
flush.
I kind of just like calling him Royal, honestly.
Yeah,
Royal's good
cool.
too.
Yeah,
He dropped
is he
the
Doc
flush.
Royal?
Oh, I think my internet's not working.
Oh.
No, I hear you.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
Yeah, used to be Royal Flush back in the Silver generation, but now we want things a little tighter. Captain Royal during the Bronze generation. Go ahead and roll that directly engage a threat plus danger.
Danger. I'm a dangerous boy. That's not
That's
true.
good.
Oh, what's up, Danger? Anyways.
Should we do the do we
Team
have
move.
time to use
Yes,
the
team
we
move.
should do the team move. My God, you're so good at remembering that. All right, when you enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team, add 2 to the team pool. So we are
I've
at
read this game
2.
a lot.
Who is
Yep.
the leader?
It kind of sounds like I am.
I kind of
Yeah,
think so.
I'm okay with that.
That's +1, so that's 9.
Nice. Let's finish up the team move as well, and then we'll start looking at the danger option of the directly engage options,
Yep.
and we'll work out the rest of this as we go. Isabella, do you have influence over every other teammate?
Let us see. Influence. Adrian, Selena, Tal. Yes.
Cool. Bing. What is your purpose in the fight?
Prevent the villains from escaping.
Is that everyone's purpose in the fight?
Stop the escape.
Yeah. And I'm here to help my friends.
Cool.
I fight for my friends.
I fight for my friends. Awesome.
I could see, but that's not Tala. I could see here Tala being like, take revenge on El Espinazo, but that's not the character. So I
Cool.
think it's just, no, prevent this.
Yeah, I trust y'all. Does anyone mistrust Isabella or the team?
No.
Nah.
All right.
100%.
Could have betrayed you, didn't.
Could have betrayed you, didn't. Are you ill prepared or off balance?
No, I think we're pretty.
We're a little in over our heads, maybe,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't
Well,
say.
You
That's on
don't
brand.
know that I sent the text, so like,
Yeah.
yeah, at least in Tala's head, she thinks we just have to stall. We don't even have to win. We just have to tie for until backup gets here.
We get
From
we get a
space.
huge splash panel that shows Queen Tygon just like battling everybody. It's like the entire LatinXplosion comics universe all fighting at once and just like enormous cosmic powers. And every single hero has a little like line coming off their pocket with like beep beep beep. Or bzz.
A mass text.
It was a mass text, yeah. And so you've got 4 team. That's a really nice place to be in.
Also, my teacher was a fucking badass. Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely. So flyby, you got a 9.
And I can we give that one for the throw that I did?
Heck yeah, you can.
Bump it to a 10.
That brings us to 3 team, and that's a 10. So you get to pick 2. Resist or avoid, take something, create an opportunity, or impress, surprise, or frighten.
I would like to. I would like to impress, surprise, or frighten.
Okay.
And I would also like to open up an opportunity for any of my allies to get on in there, lads.
So you're okay taking the hit.
Oh, fuck yeah, whatever.
Cool.
What's the worst that'll happen? I break my arm, whatever.
So we get the shot of the panel of Flyby coming in, and what does the first hit look like?
It sounds like my cat
Same.
screaming.
Royal lets out a mouse cat scream.
It's really good. I think the first was him just kneeing him in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Just like, hi there, and he just knees him.
And his head like snaps back, but like there's no blood or anything like that. Like it looks like a firm hit on like a rock surface.
Yeah.
And there's like a panel that shows him just like grabbing Flyby around the waist with just like enormous hands, and then like pulling back and just oh no, because he got frightened, surprised, or impressed also.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so he's got to take you like a real threat then.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got like both his hands just like around your waist, holding you up.
Yeah, and I'm like kicking,
And
like a little
kicking
idiot.
him, but like I think kicking him in the face
Oh,
a bunch of
useless.
times, like getting a whole bunch of like poof, poof, poof.
Yeah, little kicks.
And he's just like, let me see how much I can lower my voice. They've sent children to fight. Stop it. Stop. Stop
You
kicking.
stop and let me go. Bitch.
And he's starting to like normally like he starts to like bring his like he's got his hands around the and like you've got your gravity stuff,
Yeah,
and like
so
he
I
can't
float.
get like a good grip on you. Like normally he'd just like crush your ribs, right?
Yeah.
But he can't get that good momentum of his body going because gravity. Gravity. And so like after a couple of seconds of trying to like just like crush you, like he starts to see, wait, these are weird powers, and Royal doesn't get weird powers. Everyone else has weird powers. He just hits things. And so he's just going to take you and just like slam your body down into the ground.
Okay. I'll take that.
And just like lift a foot, and looks like he's gonna put his whole weight right down onto Flyby. Flyby, would you mind taking a powerful blow?
Oh yeah, sure. How do I do that, DM?
You roll plus your conditions marked.
Okay, I have no conditions.
This is my favorite move in the entire
So
game. Try to
roll
roll
plus
low.
0. Yep, this is you
wanna
wanted
roll
low. You did well.
Yay.
He got a 3.
Okay, not bad. So you get to mark a potential, and you also tell us how you weather the blow and stand strong.
Oh, well, good thing I have a really, really good power for this. I just am like, maybe like not so fast, big guy. And he just like, as the foot like goes to like step on him, he just grabs it, and he gets like a little bit of in his arms, but he just starts to float him.
Perfect. Yeah. And so we've got Royal like trying to like bring his foot down and like kind of like windmilling his arms in the air. This has become a little bit of like a slapstick comic occasionally. I think it's being on stream makes me a little punchy. And we come back to Rosa and Curanderia.
Okay, so I have an idea for who the actual backup will be. That's no one will be in space. Do you want me to tell it to you now, or do you want to tell me, hey, backup's here, and then I tell it to you then?
So I think they're going to be arriving. They're not going to arrive quite yet. Mm-hmm. But I'm willing to. I'll open it up. Who are you thinking would potentially come as backup?
My parents, who are retired.
Oh shit, that's so good. That's so
And
good.
and my little 12-year-old cousin, whose dad is trying to break out.
Amazing. Yeah. So we get like the family back at home, and who texts you back? Is it mom or dad?
Your parents know how to text?
My mom does, but only in Spanish.
Okay, perfect. And so she sends back just like a fist emoji and the heart in her color and your dad's color. And then puts like, te quiero, mija. And then it shows them like going into the back of the restaurant and like opening up a big freezer that has their costumes in it, and like getting the team back together. So I'm gonna ask a quick question that's a little out of character, and so you can let me know. Would any of you be okay with extending the February session into next week?
Yeah.
Because I want to hit more stuff, but I can also bring us to an end before 8:00. That's no question.
I should be good for Wednesday next week.
Are people cool with that?
Yeah, I'll be good.
I'll be free. Yeah.
Cool. And if not, we'll work everything out. But I just wanted to. I was like, I can end us there. I can end us by 8:00 quickly, or I can extend us and make sure the story has a little bit of extra space to breathe. And I want to keep playing with you and see this out in the best way we possibly can. We got some more punching to do.
Yeah. Fuck shit up.
Look,
I just got a girlfriend again. I guess I should talk about what they like to be called.
Yeah.
But anyways.
So let's actually go straight to the two of you. Love and Bella.
Yeah.
So Lovelace has been definitely in charge and is definitely in charge because they are who they are. But for now, they're letting you play with like a little bit of control of the situation. That they're following you for now. So what are you doing?
I mean, my plan, I see Flyby get tossed in and is like somehow holding their own or his own against Royal. Yeah. So there's what's their name again? Trick Taker. Then there's Magneto-esque boy. I don't remember their name.
So Royal is the one who's kind of like very Silver Age and very big. There's the Jack of Clubs is the one who's like very angular.
Yeah.
What power do you want to give them?
I hate to say it because it will be a pain in the ass to beat, but for some reason I picture them phasing.
Oh my god, I love it. Yep. That makes sense. Maybe that's where like the river ability came from. It's like a pull off of them. That checks out. So
it's a pain in the ass for all of us, but it's the one
Why did we do this? So actually they've got a kind of a low shirt, and the tattoo of the River of Cards is across their upper chest. Because that's the coolest place for it to be, and also hot. And there's all of our villains this time.
Villains are hot. It's hot being evil.
Except I think for Royal. I think Royal isn't, because Royal is like Santa Claus made of enormous muscles.
That's why Adrian went after him.
That's also someone's thing out there.
Not yucking any yums, but yeah, absolutely. And of course, all of them have like the big stupid symbols of the cards, right? Like they've got the suits. But yeah, so that's who's out there. And then also Espinas, who is big power armor and big chains covered with poison.
Which one was the Magneto one? I heard that was
oh, sorry. I was kind of like describing like
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes. Okay, I understand now. I guess I'm going after normally I'd go after Royal, but I guess I'm going after what's their name?
Trick Taker?
No,
River,
phasing
or
one.
Let's call him River.
I'm going after River then.
Cool.
So my plan is to like get Lace to try and not restrain them, but essentially force them closer to me, because like they can sort of like go like pretend like they're going to restrain them. Royal tries to phase through, or not Royal, River tries to phase through, and then I like get a grab on them or something.
Cool.
That's my plan.
Sounds good. So Lovelace just like looks briefly at you and says, after hearing the plan, goes like, all right, let's take him down. And just like saunters on down. Like speed saunter, but sauntering. And like, it's at that point, they are believing that Lovelace is on their side, and so this sudden and inevitable betrayal has like there's like we get a couple panels of just like River and Lovelace just like fist fighting, and then Lovelace goes and nope, and then River just like swipes across their chest quickly and like hurls a hand forward and just like bursts through, phasing through reality. And let's go ahead and put them right there in front of you. What do you do?
Cool. I mean, like, they like go through Lovelace.
Yeah.
My plan is, I'm going to try and do a thing I have never done before.
Okay.
Siphon is a hole in reality occasionally in terms of like they just sort of drain everything around them a little bit constantly. Siphon can't touch them right now, but might potentially be able to just turn that knob more. So like as soon as like they get closer, they just start getting weaker for some reason until they can no longer phase.
Cool. All right.
Which is a thing they've never done before.
Yeah, go ahead and roll to unleash your powers.
Boop. 6. Does anyone have a team to spend to help me?
Corindaria,
Or does anyone have a good help?
Does anyone have any ideas?
What are we trying to do exactly?
Well, that's just you can spend a team to make that 6 a 7 if you would like to. So it's just if you are in a position to assist me somehow, it's up to you how you do that.
Flyby might be a little busy.
Yeah, I think Selena's the one with the best chance, maybe like making a construct or something to like immobilize the enemy.
Or even just like putting a memory in their head of like, yeah, they're close combat. I could like get closer I get to Siphon, that's good. And then like they get closer and all of a sudden bad things.
Yeah, I think it'd be easier for her to put a memory in. So
Cool.
yeah, to like slow down and just like really punch the hell out of them. Like that's the way to go.
Siphon is weak to getting punched so much.
Yeah, Siphon's squishy.
All right, so on a 7 to
Didn't
9.
like their face being touched, you know?
Yeah. On a 7 to 9, mark a condition, or I'll tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Oh, I do like unstable or temporary here. But also I'm cool with unstable or temporary. So what I think this looks like, by the way, is because again, I don't think it's ever a thing they've ever done before. How when Siphon normally drains someone, like their hair gets longer and the eyes glow, and you can physically like see that one person being affected.
Yeah.
But I think it's actually like a small area around Siphon gets drained, like the grass under her feet dies.
Cool.
Things like that, and yeah,
Okay.
like there's like this haze.
Yeah, and River like slows down and grabs onto Siphon to like take them down because that's what River thinks is best. And the two of you start to phase a little bit into the ground. So like your feet are like starting to sink into it, and like you're feeling like almost like a quicksand thing going on.
Sure.
But also River's power is starting to fade. So those two things in conjunction could make
Not
for
good.
that could make for some bad phase things happening with the feet.
Yeah. But not like.
Yeah, that's probably not a thing that you would super like to have. Espinas at that point is also going to move forward. You know what? I don't want Espinas to be super in play right now. A Trick Taker is turning and just like holds up her hands and goes, Are you seriously fighting with kids right now? Is no part of our plan, part of your memories. I'm never working with clubs and spades again. Diamonds know how to get things done. Diamonds get things handled. And there's just like a little bit of like bickering going back and forth between them. Rosa, what are you up to?
I am running straight at El Espinazo.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit the chest of the armor with my phone.
Okay.
And what I'm trying to do here is to incapacitate the armor.
Cool.
like turn it off. And what she says is, Gabriel says hi. Gabriel is his son, my cousin.
Awesome. Go ahead and
Who
roll to right.
programmed this.
Nice.
And I want to ask you here if my move, work a match, fight the good fight, activates here. Rolling savior instead of danger when you pull your punches, because she could be trying to hurt him and she's just trying to incapacitate, like immobilize.
Okay, I can see that. Go ahead
Okay.
and roll to directly engage a threat.
Okay, so I'm rolling savior because of that move. Submit. That's an 8.
All right, so you get to choose one.
I'm not gonna block. You know what? I'm gonna take away the suit's power.
Cool. Yeah, that's probably what I would recommend for that.
Yeah, if we're gonna get a good on lucha fight here. No suit.
Yeah. So we get the panel that just shows like the sparks flying off of it and the armor like breaking itself apart. And he comes out. He's probably, I feel like he's big. Like
Yeah.
maybe I just make all villains big. Do I make all villains big?
No, but
Trick Taker's not big.
Trick Taker's not big. That's true. River isn't big either. Just like tall and lanky.
I'm honestly thinking of him being kind of Bane-ish.
Okay, cool.
In body type.
Nice. And so we get just like a couple of panels that just show wrestling happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we've abandoned any like this isn't superhero comic style right here. This is like full on lucha wrestling, and you get a couple of like good hits in.
Mm-hmm.
And Espinazo just like pulls back and looks to you and goes, "You're using my son against me? You think that makes you powerful?" And just like runs up and grabs you and just like spin. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Let me pitch you a sequence.
Yeah.
Sala goes for an enziguri, which is a step-up kick to the head.
Yeah.
So, like, she runs, puts one feet to the shoulder, and she goes to kick the head, and she does, and he just grabs her leg,
Yeah.
and then whatever you were planning to do, he does next from there.
And just like swings her around and just like pile drives her into the ground.
Yeah.
I know like 3 wrestling terms.
No, that's fine. And he does the unsafe, like not the work pile driver, where normally you want the impact to go on your legs. He like puts her head below his legs, so all the impact is going straight from her head.
Yeah, and it sucks. Like that hurts. That's a powerful blow. But also, like, there was a moment as he was saying, like, you know, that you can trying to use his son against him. That hurt him, right? Like, he has that. There was like that look of, oh right, maybe that's not so good. But then you got pile drive.
I crossed
that
the
wasn't
line
great.
here.
Oh right, I'm a shitty father.
Yeah, shitty father feels. He marked the condition shitty father. And so, take a powerful blow.
I have a move called Never Give Up, Never Surrender.
Oh, he's more
Then
powerful
when I
than you.
take a powerful blow from an enemy far powerful than me, I roll Savior instead.
Cool, do
I'm
it.
trying to get high, so let's do this.
Legacies are real good, by the way, y'all.
That's
are.
an 11.
Nice.
On a hit, choose one. And on 7 to 9, I would mark it an addition. So I only get to choose one from this list. I get an opportunity or opening against my attacker. I rally from the hit and it inspires the team. Add +1 team to the pool, or I keep my attacker's attention. These are all really good.
Yeah.
Am I gonna be selfish? I think I'm gonna be selfish. I get an opportunity or opening against my attacker.
All right, cool. What is that opportunity?
I think I just like he goes for that, and then like he leaves me on the ground maybe,
Okay.
and like I took the hit, but like I'm used to taking hits sometimes. I just keep going. I think that move is like, no, you take the hit, you don't you don't like escape it, but
Yeah.
you just keep pushing through. And he like maybe starts walking away like, okay, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
And she just like grabs his ankle and pulls him down, and she's
Nice.
just gonna break that ankle. Like she's not
Oh,
she's not
damn.
holding her punches anymore. She's just gonna break that ankle.
Nice. Yeah, like he falls down onto the ground and like, you know, like falls into it to make sure that he's not going to hurt himself doing it. And then there's just like the snap onomatopoeia.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get another snap onomatopoeia because we have the enormous like behemoth monster that busted out of the other wall. Now you've all left Curanderia. And I'm not, of course, going to leave Curanderia alone with nothing to do. That's no fun. So we have this huge beast. And like before, it was just like little tiny on the page. You couldn't really tell who it was. And this is Mono, who is this giant monkey man. And he's got kind of like, you know, like the lines of Nazca?
I love Umbrella Academy.
I haven't seen it yet. He's like
Very
human, but with like some like monkey features, but has like the lines of like the Líneas de Nazca thing going on that like kind of forms like a little bit of that in sort of like spirit energy that sort of like floats a little bit in the air and stuff like that. And he just gets bigger and bigger and bigger the more you try to hurt him. He's a little bit Hulk, but it's less about anger, more about hits. And he's dealt with the guards in the yard at this point. And let's say he's like 20 feet tall at this point. He's big. And he's just like hurtling himself forward, like walking on hands and feet at this point, and letting out like big angry monkey screeches. And Curanderia, like, are you still up in the tree or have you come down?
Oh no, I'm like I had walked in like kind of in the middle, like yeah, having helped with Siphon earlier, and then yeah, so I'm kind
Okay,
of like
'cause you'd come
in the
closer
center.
for that.
Yeah, come closer to make it easier to do what I can do.
I think we get a panel that shows that you're like between Mono and the cars.
Okay.
And Mono probably won't fit easily into one of those cars, but does think that that's the way to get out of here.
Use them as skates.
Yeah, exactly. Tie him on. Or just hold on to him with his big monkey feet. And he's just like galloping right towards you. What do you do? He's like,
I think would create like a huge psychic construct to like
Cool.
as like a huge shield, and hopefully maybe like he'll slam right into it and
nice.
maybe knock himself out. But also, yeah, like oh shit, like
Go ahead and roll to directly engage a threat.
okay,
Because it sounds like you're trying to hit him with this shield.
yeah. Oh, a 6.
A 6. Okay.
Yeah.
This is gonna be perfect. I love ending on a 6.
I don't love ending on a 6.
No? Why not?
Fear.
So we get a panel that just shows Mono just like running forward and this like big psychic wall construct popping up, and he slams face first into it, and like his face like flattens against it, and we get like a panel that shows his face all like stretched out with like big old like angry teeth like against it, and then he falls back, and there's like a second that Selena's like, crushed it, amazing, all is good, 10 plus, and then we see Mono pushing himself back up.
Aww.
He came in with his own full speed and hit that very, very hard. Like we
Is
had
he
Selena
double the
like
size now?
putting up the hell yeah he is. We saw Selena like putting up the shield, and like her feet like dragged against the grass and like made like little rivets. And now we have Mono just like standing up above everything. And he just reaches down, this like 40-foot tall monkey monster grabs Royal and swings and slams Selena to the side with it.
Oh.
Selena, with like using Royal in one hand as like a as like a blackjack almost.
Oh
Just
my
like
goodness.
slap Selena to the side with it. Take a powerful blow.
Gay fear.
Okay, how do I do that?
So roll plus your conditions marked.
So then just a
Which I
flat.
believe is 0. Yeah.
So
So
probably
flat
just 0.
You want
I need to have y'all mark conditions more often. Stop doing the take a powerful
5?
blow. 5. Okay, so you're gonna make it through this relatively well.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
No, I just said okay.
Oh, I said mark potential.
Yes, mark
Oh.
potential. But
Also
then,
for the failure too.
Yeah,
oh,
I did.
So you marked 2 potential. Nice. And so, then we're gonna get like one final big panel because I'm seeing we're at that time that just shows the prison yard, and it shows all of the chaos, and like we see Isabella and River just like sinking deeper and deeper into the ground.
Can I invoke dark visions?
I think we'll probably we can start the next session with that. I just know
Okay.
we have to get out on time tonight.
No, I know, but like as that because I think she was
just
still
like for the fiction.
for the fiction as like the cliffhanger. Because I think no matter what, even though she kind of survives that blow, that's still a pretty damn heavy blow that
Yeah.
maybe she's unconscious for like a couple of seconds and that's enough for her to have a dark vision of what's to happen, which
Yeah.
will be next.
So we get this panel that shows the real world and also Selena's vision. That's kind of like side by side, and it shows like Isabella and River just like sinking into the ground, sinking further and faster, and Flyby is like now freed, which is nice. But
Oh,
Trick Taker
boy.
definitely has a gun pointed down at him, and Rosa is just like grappling with the snapped leg of Espinosa, and it's just like the place is in chaos. And Selena, in your vision, it's similar, but Mono has somebody held in his giant teeth and is just biting all the way through. And then we get one final panel that is essentially the same one we've got, but the red and blue lucha boots of Rosa's parents standing and like looking down towards all of the chaos. And that's where we're going to wrap for today.
Yeah.
So,
I need an adult.
I'm really excited that you're all going to be able to join me for next week because we weren't going to be able to finish this out in like a smooth, nicely put together way. There's a lot of elements. But if anybody has anything they'd like to plug real quick, I know that you need to run, Alice, so I don't want to keep you.
It's okay. I can sit through outros and stuff.
Cool.
I'm Alice, also known as Tathcat around the interwebs. You can find me at pretty much anything at TAFKAT. Twitter has an underscore. If you want to buy my game, I wrote a game called Kiss Before the World Ends on you can buy it on itch.io. It's about relationships at the end of the world and how people connect with one another, things like that.
For my plugs, forget about me this week. Do me a personal favor and watch One Day at a Time on Netflix, please. Like, please do. Please. For me, please. Please.
I'd like to plug 2 things. One is on Sundays from 6 to 8 PST time is INDG's role playing. We just started Sorcerer RPG, which is set in modern day San Francisco. But the big bad is technically gentrification and tech bros, so it's been really fun having demons for that. And then I did write a game for the Sad Mech Jam at dianamoon.itch.io. It's only $1. It's about opening yourself up to your secrets with your relationships between the mech pilot, the AI, and the mechanic. And yeah.
My name is Axel. You can find me at Pikachu Slut R on Twitter and Pikachu-Slut on Tumblr, though I'm not very active. I have absolutely nothing to plug. I'm not a terribly prolific young man. However, if you feel like giving me PayPal money, feel free. But also support my dear friend Mooney Levake on Twitter. She's just gone into full remission for her cancer treatments. So
Oh, that's fantastic.
support her. And my partner Roxas Buddy on Twitter is writing a Bronze Age setting for Dungeons and Dragons. So wait for that shit. Have a good day.
And I am Brandon. I've got a whole bunch of stuff. I'm on the Stop Back and Roll Network, which also has Protean City Comics if you want some more Masks actual play. And additionally, I have a new YouTube channel, which is Brandon Leon Gambetta. I've been talking about masks and talking about politics and gaming and some other stuff like that. It's going to continue to be basically my Twitter, but YouTube, because it's time the indie RPG community got onto YouTube. So next week we'll be joined by this same crew because we gotta finish out this story. I have to see it to the end. Another quick announcement: we just hit affiliate, like literally 2.5 minutes ago.
Yay!
So we did it. And so we'll have some information about what that means in the future because you can probably start affecting what goes on. We just have to work out the exact details. That stuff is fun. So until next week, thank you so much for tuning in. It means so much, and we really appreciate it. The video on demand will go up tomorrow, and I will catch all of you later.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.